Hello, ladies and gentlemen. GreatTaz here with a beginner's guide to Elite Dangerous from a beginners, episode 1. And yes, you just downloaded Elite Dangerous and you want to click this play demo. But I suggest you log in, take your time, and let's go into the game settings and set up our key bindings first. This will help you understand the game a lot better. And yes, there is more training yet to follow. Now here on the Elite Dangerous launcher, after you've logged in, you got all this great information. Look at it sometimes, and sometimes you will actually see some decent information. So go ahead and take a minute to read some of it. Do a quick read, especially if this is your first time in. Now with Elite Dangerous, if you got the Horizons pack, you will have your nice little symbol up there in the left-hand corner, and you will have these options down here in the bottom. All right. And even before we go into any of these options, more into these options, we're going to go into the key bindings, which is going to be right back out here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to stay away from arena. This is PvP combat just strictly. And if you've never played a day in Elite Dangerous and not set up any key bindings via HOTAS and or your keyboard, you're going to be at a major disadvantage. So where do you want to start? You got Horizons and stuff. Well, you got two different starting locations depending on where you pick the regular Elite Dangerous or Elite Dangerous Horizon. The biggest difference between Horizon, it allows planetfalls and you can use an SRV. And it opens up a lot more ships that you can't get with your basic. Now, you could also go right ahead and start the single player combat here. It gives you a little idea of what's going on, but I still suggest to go right into, if you have it, Horizons and start there. And that is what we're about to do. And once we do that, we're going to walk right into making and binding our keys. And these are some of the suggested keys that come up that I have come across as playing since in the past 4 months, and some of the stuff I've learned from other people. So I want to impart my knowledge to help you, the newest member to the Elite Dangerous world. And I hope you enjoy the game, and I hope this makes the learning curve, it's not a curve, it's actually a cliff, into a learning curve. All right, let's get going here. I have learned a buttload. I mean, forget it, a Type 9 load. Yeah, I used it, Type 9 heavy. And mine, current one, is 800 and some actual or 580 cargo space, so that's a lot, and it can get more, trust me. Max it out at like 780 or something. Anyways, that's a lot of information I've learned, and I've learned it from many of the streamers and YouTubers that play Elite Dangerous, but I've also learned it from some of my fellow commanders in my alliance, Kiddo Corp. You can look us up. All right. And what I've decided to do is, since I still feel that I am somewhat of a beginner, since Elite Dangerous is such an extravagant game, I was going to help you, the new player, get ahead a little bit by giving you tips, tricks, and some things you should seriously look out for. So come on with me on my journey, and here we go. First thing we're going to do is you want to go through this training. Now you could watch all the training videos. These are all up on YouTube. You can do it right there. And these challenge scenarios are a selection of harders, but we're going to start with the training missions, all right? And these training missions you're going to go over multiple times, all right, just to get the gist of it. And through some of it, you're going to want to probably change some of your controls. Now, if you're a keyboard and mouse player, I can help you out a lot. If you're a HOTAS player, that's something you're going to have to figure out how to adjust your HOTAS a little bit yourself. I have not got that far. That is plans of future process if I stick with this game for an extended period of time. I don't play a lot of flight sims, and Elite Dangerous really is a space flight sim to me. All right, so you're going to want to go through all these, all right? Not once, but a couple times. And the advanced combat training is rather difficult, and don't be discouraged if you fail. It happens. All right. Now, what we're going to go on to here is we're going to go into another important area, and that is your options. Now, you set up your graphics for the way you need them to set up. All right. And there's all kinds of settings in here that you can see. The game will actually scan your computer and optimize your stuff for you. So there's really no necessary thing to do. Now, what you can do is come in here and change your frame rate limit. And that helps for streamers and YouTubers. All right. So everything else you really don't need to worry about. As you can see here, I mean, some of the stuff, it doesn't need to be changed. The game will look it up, and it will actually do what you need. All right. Yep, I want to keep those. Now, audio is basically your sound. You can change stuff in here. Now, some of these things I've turned off, like wave scanner auto ducting. Now, I don't know why they call it wave scanner auto ducting. There is an auto docking music. It is kind of very repetitive if you're using a docking computer. So, and stuff like that. And there's a voice control here. It tells you everything. Now, you can turn some of these things off if you wish. But I would suggest just leaving them on. All right. So there's no real necessity to do anything in the voice. The only other thing I think I've changed. Now, this is automate your playlist stuff. You can listen in-game of news events, which is actually pretty cool, I think. The only other change I changed is this. You got a ship ID, you got a ship name, and your commander name, and this is what it will call you when you are trying to dock. So I just put it to my commander name, and it doesn't say my full name. It just says the first few letters and the ship designation. So we're gonna go back to ship name and apply it. All right, your networking, don't change anything here, unless you know exactly what you're doing. Don't change. Okay. Controls are your major area. Now, this is your mouse controls. If you have a HOTAS, these things will still be here, but you won't need to worry about it. Flight rotation, your thrusters. I've changed nothing in these. These are all default. Flight throttle. Now, the only one I do have set is X. And I don't know if, that's the problem with all of these. You have to go through here and check this. Now, there's a flight assist. I know that's on Z. I'm trying to see because I want to set another key. And it's going to be my throttle. And you should try to set this to 75. That'll help you from overshooting things. And that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to figure out if I have anything set for a key. And as you can see here, now targeting. Here's some of the things you want to remember. These target ahead. You target behind. You might want to come in here and write these down. These are your wingman. Selecting your wingman's target. You navlock and then cycle to the next system. And this is on targeting an enemy system. Target next system en route. This is also a good one. I haven't found one out. But if you're like flying around and you accidentally target something and you want to target your next system instead of having to go through your navigation panel on the left, your one panel as for the keyboard, this will automatically quick do it. All right. Weapons, I didn't change anything. I did add previous cycling to cycle backwards through my fire groups, and that's something you will probably want to do also. Cooling, I didn't even know that was in there. Oh, cool. I can go to silent running by hitting delete. That's awesome. See, there's some stuff I don't even know in here. Miscellaneous. Lights is insert. Increase zoom. Down zoom. Divert powered engines. This is cargo scoops home. Reset HMD orientation. This is also, if you have Steam, your pictures. So you got to watch that. Jettison all cargo. Do not use this. This is going to mess you up. I don't use the microphone in game, so I could probably use that one. I don't use this in-game comms, so, you know, and there's all kinds of things in here. All right. And I'm trying to, there's another thing you should change. I can't remember where it is. I have to find it, so give me a moment. Driving. This is all in your SRV. And there's one thing in here you actually, again, I added the previous fire group in here. You only have 2 fire groups, so this is not really necessity. Your fire in your fire groups is a necessity. Now you can change your steering axis, your roll axis. There's other ones in here. I don't see them. Drive targeting. You know, this is not set up initially in game. You need to set this up. And then there's here more driving stuff. Really a lot of this stuff you won't have to change. The throttle. Here's the throttle. You can change these. These are kind of weird for me. They kind of make me feel weird when I'm used to playing games like World of Tanks where W's get forward and S's stop and reverse. So this is for, these axes are for HOTASes. So miscellaneous. Recalling your ship is another one you will have to work on and figure out. It's not initially set, and if you get too far away from your ship, it will go up, and then you won't be able to recall it. So make sure you set this also. And this is your modes, just like normal in your driving. So you can set and open your galaxy map and system map while in the driving. I don't see any major need for it. Discovery, switch in your HUD mode, and your head look is your mouse 3 button. So as a start off, let's see, what was that? That was miscellaneous, right? Yes. Make sure you don't have jettison all cargo on because you may have something you wanted. Multi-crew. This is just basically flying multi-crew ships. Alright. Fighter orders. These are your fighter orders. Alright. Remembering these is basically a good thing to know. And you have your camera suite. This is your look around your ship. Alright. These are also good to know. And some of these will be like your fighter orders, and your camera suite are going to be on the same ones, which is kind of, there's a lot of controls in here if you're not noticing. All right, as I'm flipping through these and stuff like that, and here, you know, here's more stuff of flying in free camera mode. And you'll see some of the YouTubers using this to display stuff. This is the Hollow Me, undo, redo, toggle mouse rotation, camera rotation. Not quite sure, you know, but this is the playlist. This is the sounding. You can do that. your FSS, you do want to get this set up too, and change some of these, and learn these, because you will be using this, and I will go over how to use the FSS in another video. And then your detailed surface scanner. This is also something you're going to want to go and look around. I had to make some modifications on this myself to make sure that I could move it while in it. So I had to make some changes here between these here. So I had to make a few changes to that also. But we're going to go there, and you can clear your save, and this completely destroys your game. So don't do that, folks. That would megally suck. All right. And then that's really all we're going to go for today. So that you have seen many, many settings. And settings is always the first place to start. So start there, get them set up, and then go do your training. And then come back into fiddle around with it, and fiddle around in training. Or, twaining. Listen to me. I'm twaining. Anyways, training. Or go ahead and go onto a private server or a solo server to mess around with your settings. Now, you can open your settings while in the game also. So all you have to do that is while you're playing is hit escape, then go to settings, and you can save them as you play around. But do not do it in open, because you're just going to get your butt whooped. And it's best to do it in a solo or your own private server, or you can do it within the trainings. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is GreatTaz signing off. I do hope to see you all again back here soon for episode 2. Sorry, this wasn't very boom explosive and showing you a lot of the fighting and stuff like that, but I want to get the basics down first for you so that you know basics are something to build off of. And as a beginner, you need to start at the basics. You can't jump in to the advanced. All right, with that being said, this is GreatTaz. I am going to sign off. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you do not like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs down if you feel it deserves it. If you're not a subscriber, please take a moment to subscribe and then click the notification bell, and always to get instant notifications of every time I upload a new video. With that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Commander GreatTaz signing off.